This is the story of Christine Paolilla. In the summer of '99, Clear Lake City, Texas, Christine, who had just turned 14, was approached by a 15-year-old boy named Christopher Snyder at a party. Now, this surprised Christine because at a very young age, she was diagnosed with alopecia. She had lost her hair, her eyebrows, and her eyelashes. She was bullied all through elementary and middle school. So when Christopher started giving her all this unfamiliar attention, she fell head over heels for him. Now, Christine's parents didn't approve of Christopher, but she didn't give a damn. The two were inseparable. They even started doing drugs together, a lot of marijuana, narcotics, and liquor, until Christopher got busted trying to support his habit. And this left Christine to start high school all by herself. High school was no different than elementary school for Christine. They made fun of her makeup, they made fun of her wigs, they made fun of her glasses, until she met two young ladies who was a grade above her, Tiffany Powell and Rachel Colorudis. Now, these two felt bad for Christine, so they took her under their wing, took her shopping for new wigs, settled down that makeup, and got her some new glasses. Rachel and Tiffany became Christine's best friends. The trio was inseparable for 3 years in high school until May of 2003 when it was time for Rachel and Tiffany to graduate. This was leaving Christine by herself yet again. Until the summer of 2003, Christopher finally gets out of juvenile after doing 3 years, and the two picked right back up where they left off. They picked that drug use back up as well. Christine desperately wanted the approval of Tiffany and Rachel, who were living together at this time. Their house was the party house, and Christine took Christopher over there, but she didn't get the response that she thought she was going to get. Tiffany and Rachel couldn't stand Christopher, but Christopher did become acquaintances with their boyfriends, Marcus Priscilla and Adelbert Sanchez, who were small time marijuana dealers. On July 18th, just 2 weeks after Christine introduced Christopher to her friends, the two were in desperate need of some drugs, but didn't have any funds. So Christine concocted a plan to rob Marcus and Adelbert. That night, the two parked blocks away and walked to Rachel and Tiffany's house. Christine led the way. As soon as she opened the door, she opened fire, and Christopher followed, killing all four teens, two of which didn't even have a chance to get off the couch. The two stole all the drugs they could find, and right when they was about to flee, Christine turned around to make sure everybody was dead. That's when she saw Rachel still moving. She even had her cell phone in her hand attempting to dial 911. She even asked Christine, "Why are you doing this?" And Christine finished her off with the butt of her gun, splitting her skull open. When the news broke, everybody catered to Christine because they knew that those were her best friends. Now, Christine played the grieving friend very well, so well that she wasn't even a person of interest at the time. Tiffany and Rachel's neighbors, who were a couple, helped the police out with some sketches of what they seen from their window that night. The reward was 100K, the highest ever in the US at that time, but still no serious leads. Christine went on to graduate, and by the summer of 2004, Christine, now 18, was busted for shoplifting and ordered into a rehab program. That same year, her boyfriend, Christopher Snyder, also went to jail for car theft in Kentucky. That ended their almost 5 year relationship because in rehab, Christine fell in love with another guy, a heroin addict named Justin Rott. The two got married in March 2005, right when Christine got her trust fund from her father, who had died when she was just 2 years old, $360,000. July of that same year, her and her new husband were watching TV and the unsolved murders come on the screen. That's when she decided to tell Justin about her part in it. By November of that same year, Christine and Justin were living in a motel in San Antonio. That money must ain't last no time. And by July of the following year, Crime Stoppers get an anonymous phone call from a male saying Christine is responsible for the murder of the teens. July 19th, 2006, after following their paper trail, Christine and her husband were arrested. Now, as you can see, when she was arrested, she had let herself go. Y'all know she got alopecia, so her eyebrows were gone, her eyelashes were gone, and they were in there shooting up heroin like no other. They found like 80 needles in this hotel room, along with blood everywhere, all on the pillows. Y'all gotta Google it if y'all want to see those pictures. Christopher Snyder, who's now living in Greensville, South Carolina with his girlfriend, got wind that the police were looking for him. On August 5th, 2006, his decomposing body was found in the woods. He had committed suicide by overdosing on prescription meds. With Christopher out the way, of course, Christine blamed it all on him, but her story kept changing, and her interviews had to be frequently stopped for medical attention because she was going through withdrawals. It was so bad that her attorneys didn't even want her to take the stand during her trial. Her husband, Justin, testified against her so he wouldn't get hit with drug charges. The anonymous tip, who was a male who spent time with Christine in rehab, took the stand against her. Tiffany and Rachel's neighbors, who helped the police with the sketches, pointed Christine out in a lineup. On October 13th, 2008, Christine was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 40 years. She was spared the death penalty because she was 17 when she committed these murders. She went 3 years untouched without running her mouth. Do y'all think she would have got away with it if she would have kept her mouth closed?